All right, guys. Hello, welcome. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So today I am going to be that teacher the day right before break to start something new. Yay. All right, because you guys fall on the A day and I always like to start something new on the A day so I don't get confused. A day, B day, right? And it is a Friday. Sorry, but we're going to start something a little new. It's going to be a little bit of an intro. It's not going to be super crazy, super hard. I'm going to try and make something a little bit more fun, get you guys into groups a little bit. Um, and have a good time. Last period, the kids they liked it. They had a good time, and we were laughing and making jokes and stuff. So it was a good time. So and then you're gonna have a little activity at the end, a little assignment at the end, simple assignment, and then we'll be done. Okay. So and then whatever you guys don't finish, you can finish and submit it. All right. I am going to share my screen real fast with you guys so you can see. All right, so here's what I did. Can you see? You can all see my screen, right? I put everything in the first marking period in a folder so that you guys aren't scrolling all the way down to try and find stuff for now. Okay, so if you take the arrow right here on the left, it'll open everything, all the folders from the past, okay? But the first marking period is over. My grades went in yesterday, so that is that, okay? This is this week's folder. Anything in gray, you guys cannot see. Um, And so yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. You guys are gonna see my cool skills right now. Right now. There it is. You see it? And you guys, oh no. Hold on. This went off. I feel like a new teacher. 10 years and I feel like a new teacher. Okay. And you guys in school, look at that. Now we all see the same thing. Okay. So today we're going to learn the 21 major bones of the body. Does anybody know how many bones are in an adult human body? Jordan.
206.
Correct. 206 bones in an adult human body. You're going to learn the 21 major bones or group of bones, okay? Not 206. Does anyone know how many group of bone or how many bones a newborn baby has? Take a guess. A newborn baby.
The same.
Okay, the same. Good guess. Jordan? 300 something?
100?
Jordan, have you taken anatomy? Okay. So anyone else want to take a guess?
100?
100? Yeah, some kids last period were saying like 36, 72, right? Actually, Jordan, you were spot on. A newborn baby has over 300 bones. So how can a little baby human baby have more bones than an adult human person?
Don't bones fuse as like you grow up?
Absolutely. Okay. So over time, bones actually fuse together to become one. And that's why, as babies, there's a lot of cartilage at the ends of those bones, which is why babies aren't strong enough to hold themselves up. That's why they look like this little crazy, weird thing moving around, right? And they're very fragile. And that's the reason why they have more bones, a lot of cartilage. And over time, they fuse together, they become stronger, and they fuse to become one bone. So that's why newborn babies have more bones. I've said that a few times, right? I said newborn babies have more bones, right? I said that a few times. And I also said 206 bones in an adult body. I said that a few times, right? Probably important. It's probably important, right? So what I'm trying to hint at right now is that during this virtual weird thing, right? And then I have people in front of me and I have you guys at home and I'm sharing my screen and it's hard to monitor everything, right? So at this point, it's very important for you guys to learn to take the information that I'm giving and figure out what you guys think is important and what you guys think is not important, AKA taking notes. Taking notes is very important in my class, okay? So if I were you, and you can do it one of two ways, You can do it old school, paper, pencil, or you can open another little tab, go into Google Docs or you know, Microsoft Word or whatever it is, and write a few notes down, because you're going to need this. You are going to need this. All right, so that's in the back of your mind. That's what we're going to do. As you guys are getting that out, now I can't make you guys take notes, right? I can't make you guys take notes. Hell, even if you guys were all here, I wouldn't be able to make you guys take notes. But I will tell you, the more organized you are in my class, if you are an organized person, you will get at least a 70% in my class. It is that simple. All you have to do is be organized, right? And take good notes. Now, also the good thing about Zooms is that we're recording them, right? So after class later on today, you will see this recording on your class. And it's a really great way to, let's say you missed something. Let's say you were absent or you were sick or whatever. You can rewatch it and find that information. I am going to publish this in Schoology. It's called Bones. All right, and it looks like this. So in a minute, I'm gonna put you guys into groups. That's why I wanted you guys on Zoom, okay? Because we're gonna go into breakout groups just for a couple minutes. This is now available for you guys to open on your end, and it's the same thing I just showed you, right? I don't care about the bone names at this moment. I don't care about the bone names at this moment. When I put you guys into small groups, you guys are gonna talk together. You're gonna look at this picture and you're gonna say what you guys think are the most important bones and why do you think it? You don't have to write anything down. I just want you guys to talk in your groups. Take a look at this, and let's say you don't know the names, right? Just be like, oh, the ribs, they're important because blah, 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 right? The arm bone, right? The hip bone, the leg bone. So again, I don't want you guys to really focus on the names. We will learn that in a little bit. But right here, look how cool I am. I'm so smart. Just in case you weren't listening to anything I'm saying right now, I wrote it right here. All right. So again, what we're going to do, I'm going to break you guys up into small groups. You're going to open that document that I just published on Schoology called Bones. We're going to take a look together and talk about what do you think are the most important bones and why do you think that? Only going to be a couple minutes, and then we'll come back here, we'll share, and then we'll go into the actual terms. Are there any questions at all? All right. Here we go. All right. Okay, does anybody want to volunteer to tell me what you guys talked about in your group of what bone and why?
I'll go.
Who's this?
Justin.
Okay, Justin, go ahead.
For me, I put the ribs, which was mainly because it protects a bunch of your abdominal like organs, like heart, everything that runs through that passageway, be it your lungs or whatever.
Okay, ribs, protection. You said the word protection, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty important function of bones, right? Protection. Mm-hmm. That would be something maybe that I would write down. That would be kind of important, I think. Very well said. Organs, protecting your organs. Anyone else wanna?
Yeah.
Who's
in
that?
my group. Oh, I'm Brianna.
Okay, Brianna, go ahead.
In my first group that I was put into, we said that the skull and the spine are the main ones.
Okay, great. And why?
We think that the spine should be the main one because anything that could happen to it, you could not walk again or stuff like that.
Okay, good.
And the skull because it's like where your brain is and your head is, so it kind of protects a lot of the things.
Right. So
my group said the same thing.
Perfect. Well done. So your skull, another term for skull is your cranium, right? And if you didn't have your cranium, you'd literally be touching your brain. And think about that. Is that safe? Is that something that would be probably not that good, right?
No.
Perfect. And you said the word spine. Okay, there's another term for your backbones, but you're correct. The backbones. What do the backbones protect? What do the backbones wrap around? Does anybody know? Jordan. The spinal cord. Absolutely. And when we get into the nervous system, which is third marking period, and we start talking about the nervous system, you will know that the spinal cord is literally kind of like the highway that transfers information from your brain to the rest of your body and from your rest of your body up to your brain. So very well done. Okay. Wasn't that hard, right, guys? All right. So I talked earlier about, the importance of taking good notes. Now, we're virtual 3 days a week. Some of you guys I see, some of you guys I don't see ever. And because we're virtual and we're using our computers a lot, there's a lot of stuff that's out there, a lot of stuff online. And you could potentially Google everything, get your answer, submit it, move on. In my opinion, are you learning anything? Probably not in that moment, right? What we're going to do is I'm going to test your skill in taking notes. I'm going to go through this. I know they're numbered, but I'm just going to go through it. I'm going to go down from the right side, down like this. Then I'm going to come around and then I'm going to go back up. And I know it all says text, but I'm going to write the correct terms for each of the bones. And obviously for the head, you can kind of see what bone that is. You don't really have to write anything else. So if I were you, somewhere, whether it's on your Google Doc or on a piece of paper that you guys have, write these down because you're going to need it in a little bit. All right. So the first one here is the cranium. It's the bones of your head bone. Everyone can see this, right? At this point, guys, you do not need to be on your computers. I mean, unless you want to be, or you don't have to be on the Zoom, but it's up to you, okay? Because you have this. This next one is your jaw, okay? Your jawbone right here. Anyone know the name of the jawbone? Mandible. Nobody talked about the chest bone, which is right here. But I would say along with the ribs, the chest bone is probably one of the most important bones too, because it protects your heart. And then another word for the chest bone is the sternum. And if you guys didn't know that the sternum is the chest bone, if I were you, in parentheses, I would put chest bone. I'm not going to write that for everything. I want you guys to try and figure out, what to say here. Upper arm, the bone of the upper arm. Anybody ever accidentally hit yourself right here? What's that called? When you hit this part, what's this part called? Really? Yeah, funny bone. I mean, it's not really that funny. It actually hurts really bad. Have you guys ever hit yourself here and it like tingles your entire arm, right?
Yeah.
It's the funny bone. I don't know why it's called the funny bone, but I can kind of take a guess here. The name of this bone is the humerus. So if you remember funny bone, you'll remember humerus. Remember, there's 206 bones in the human body. And when I had to learn this in college and when other people take classes like anatomy later on in high school, you have to find clever, weird ways to try and remember things. So that's one way of remembering it. So in your arm, you have one bone in the upper arm, and you actually have two bones in the lower arm. And if you take your hand and you grab your wrist and you push in here, there's a little bit of an indent. You can actually feel the two bones right here, okay? There's one bone that's on this side of the arm, of the forearm, and then there's another bone that's on this side of the forearm. Number 17 right here, that's pointing to the side of where your thumb is, this side of the forearm, and that is known as the radius. And then the bone here on the pinky side is the ulna. And a lot of people, sometimes when they're taking the test or they're trying to remember the identity and where it goes, sometimes they accidentally flip these two. And the best way to remember it is one's on this side, one's on this side, right? Which finger is smaller, my pinky or my thumb? What's smaller, pinky or thumb? Pinky, guys, come on, help me out here. Your pinky. So which word, radius or ulna, is the smaller word? Help me out here, guys.
Ulna.
The ulna. I just gave you guys a hint so that you don't get them confused, okay? That was, all right. Moving right along, all right. The biggest, the strongest, the longest bone in the human body is your thigh bone, which is right here. Let me try this. You guys hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ken?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
You stupid projector. I'm not mad, you're mad. You know what? That just goes to show sometimes in life things happen and you just have to roll with the punches. Man, last period was so much better. I was making jokes. Anyone watch Friends?
No.
All right, well then you fail my class. I'm kidding. Friends is my all-time favorite show, which is why Phalanges is my all-time favorite bone name, because Regina Phalange. What? You laughed at that? Okay, good. So listen, metatarsals is the bones of the feet. Tarsals is the bones of the ankle. Same thing up here. It's very similar. Your hands, very similar to your feet. Carpals, bones of your wrists, and you can kind of feel them in here. Metacarpals is the bones in your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can feel them and feel where it is. Carpals are your fingers. That's a carpal, that's a carpal, that's a or I'm sorry, phalange. Phalange, 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 fingers. All right? These are all of them. Now here, just want to show you something. Over here, and I'm gonna give it to you guys. I'm gonna open it right now for you guys to get it done. Just try and get it done within the next week, okay? you guys could do this anyway, right? You could sit here and you could be like, forget Diamond. I don't really care. I'm just going to Google everything. I didn't even take notes and I'm going to get my A. Will I know? I mean, unfortunately, no, I'm not really going to know. But what I'm going to hope is that you guys try and see how good you did your notes. Try and see how you did it, because you're only going to learn how good you are at note taking if you can actually be able to finish an assignment correctly and see how you did. This assignment, which is a skeleton, there's going to be a picture of the skeleton that you just saw, the exact same picture. And on both sides, there's going to be a bunch of words. Your goal is to take the words and drag them to the correct spots without looking anything up except for looking at the notes that you took. Now look, again, that's your assignment. That's what I'm asking you to try and do. That's what I'm asking you to try and do. I'm not going to be able to know though. I'm hoping that you do that, but I'm not going to be able to know. It is now open. So again, you're going to see a picture of a skeleton. You're going to drag the words and the terms to the correct locations of what we just went over today. And you're going to try and see how you guys do. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful break. I'm sorry for that mishap. Things happen, things go wrong, and sometimes you just got to deal with it and figure it out. It was the damn projector that messed me up. Next time, you guys will remind me if that happens again to just cut the projector and hopefully it'll work. All right, take it easy, be safe, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you guys need me, I'm here. Otherwise, peace out. You guys are good to go. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a nice